Welcome to the Gloves Are Off Overtime Edition. I'm Moses Waldu, and I'm pleased to be joined by these two fine gentlemen. Of course, Bob Troup, you're one of the Board of Governors for the Lloydminster Bobcats. How are you?
I'm great.
And we're pleased to be joined by Bobcats defenseman who will be returning next season. We get those rumors out of the way. You'll be back wearing the orange and black. Of course, I'm talking about Tyler Kunz, man. How are you?
Good. Thank
Excellent.
you. How are you?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. Probably a lot better than the Toronto Blue Jays, let's put it that way. I know opening day, R.A. Dickey back on the hill. There was a lot of hype last year. And you go into it this year, they didn't really pick up the free agents that you thought after that disappointing season. But you know what? One of the biggest things was, let's stay healthy. If we're healthy enough, we could play. Jose Reyes can play. You also have other guys like Jose Batista, another guy who missed about a good 50 games or so. So that's pretty much what they wanted. Guys healthy. Well, it turned out that after one hit, you had Jose Reyes pull up and leave the game. You had R.A. Dickey get lit up from time to time. Not only that, but on the first pitch. I think a couple times where the Rays started attacking early. Are there woes coming up ahead for the Blue Jays this season, much like last year?
This one's yours.
I believe there are. I think the injury thing already with Reyes, and I'm still not a fan of their bullpen. So
well, I think that was one of their best positive sites last year.
It was, but I think they're prone to be hurt all the time. I don't know what it is, but it seems like pitchers are always hurt on the Blue Jays. And I don't think we're going anywhere again.
Not even fighting for a wild card spot. You don't see them actually chasing anything? Are they going to be in the basement, I guess, Tyler?
I can see it, 100%. I don't know. Just after last season, they supposedly had the dream team, and that fell through. I think it's going to take a couple more years to rebuild.
All right, I want to talk to you about the NFL. They are making some changes. One of them, of course, could be to the playoff system, adding an extra team, meaning 7 teams make it from each conference. First place teams get automatic buys, much like how the AJHL playoffs are, as a matter of fact. Do you guys like that idea? More playoff games?
I do, because I feel that it gives the teams a little more income because they get an extra game. In the AJ, they get a few more extra. And it really, really helped our organization this year. So NFL, I can see the same thing.
Do you like that extra playoff game? It would add to the excitement. So instead of having just 2 games on a Saturday and 2 games on a Sunday, you have 3.
Yep.
Do you like that idea?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, playoffs is probably the more funner time of the year. So I think if you can get one more team, or I guess 2 more teams, it would be into the playoffs. I think everyone can benefit from it.
I think that's what a lot of people like, and like you guys said here, there's a consensus is mutual on both sides. I also agree with that, but how about the other rule changes that the NFL was proposing or will be implemented for this season? Not only the playoff format, but kicking the extra point. Instead of just being a little gimme from about the 10 or so, it's going to be kicked at the 20-yard line. Also, curbing abusive language out of the game and banning the crossbar dunk celebration has also been implemented this season. So I personally don't mind the celebrations. There's a reason why they call the NFL the No Fun League. But do you feel that maybe they're tampering just too much here, especially with the last one about the touchdown celebration?
I think so, yeah. Especially with that one, it's harmless. It's just a slam dunk. There's a lot of other celebrations that you see that might have gotten a little offside. And about the foul language, like they're grown men. You can't tell them how to talk. When their emotions are flying high on the
Especially
field.
in a sport like football, right?
Exactly. There's not a chance you're going to be able to police that. I don't see how they're going to be able to do it. But
what do you say, Bob? Do you like the...
I've heard Kunz and Springer.
Enough said.
No, I believe the convert idea, the extra point idea is great. I don't believe it should be just automatic like it is now. So I don't mind that one. The celebration rule, I'm really not that much for celebrating, but I mean, I don't think it's any worse to slam dunk it than it is for them to sit there and row boats in the middle of the end zone or something like that. So that really, I don't know, that one doesn't, I don't really think that's accomplishing anything.
LeBron James proving once again why he's the best player in the NBA, vaulting the Heat over the Toronto Raptors, a team that could really, really surprise teams. How good and how bad are the Miami Heat with and without LeBron?
Wow.
Like when they're good, obviously we know they're good, but can this
Yeah.
team win an NBA championship without LeBron?
I think so. Yeah, they got other players that can probably step up and fill in his role. Probably not quite as good because he's the most dominant player in the NBA. Much like Sidney Crosby, when you lose a top player like that, it's definitely a downfall. But that's where you see guys step up and really show their true colors.
Bob?
The Oilers won a cup or two without Gretzky.
So,
So it could,
but
yeah,
you know
he's
what?
a star.
But forever Gretzky, you have to have like a Messier or
Right.
like a Tikkanen, somebody there that could fill in that role, and they change the game around that system. I don't know if the Heat can do that, especially with a banged up Wade, though. Maybe
Somebody
the
else
East.
will come along.
All right, well, there you go. I'm sure Heat fans will like that. Bob, you were awesome. Thank you very much. And same to you, Tyler. It was glad to have you on as well.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We may have you on when you come back in the fall.
You bet.
How about that?
Thanks
All right.
for having us.
Absolutely. And thank you for joining us as well on the OT edition of Gloves. You could also tune in to our show every Tuesday night, 7:30 on CITL, and come back here to chit-chat with us about the rest of the games. In the meantime, we'll see you in 7 days.